do a quick intro for these last few videos that I am recording, because the other one kind of won't go with it. So thank you for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. I've been very busy and I really appreciate you all. It's been wonderful reading for you and doing sessions, all other sessions with you as well, hypnosis and other stuff. It's just a blessing for me. I appreciate and I really love you all for allowing me to do the thing that I love the most. Now, I also want to say this is for your sun, moon and rising. If you know your moon and rising, information is in the show more section below. And if you would like a personal reading, I would be happy to give you a personal reading. You can go to my website and look at the readings that I have available, and or the information is below. You can always email me too. We have really interesting energy this week. Of course, we're in Piscean energy. We've come from Aquarius, right, which is outward communication, and we're now in this wonderful kind of dreamy inward communication, going inside. It's lovely. And Neptune is in Venus, so it's very, it's very dreamy, it's very distracting. It's like what's real, what's not. It's very, very that. I will say that Venus, the Sun, and Mercury are all in Pisces this week. So it's kind of an interesting relaxed energy. I feel that a lot of people are going to feel, we've just had the eclipse, of course, so a lot of people are going to feel kind of a relief. And I think we're all going to be in touch with the fact that we're all one. There's going to be love. It's not, it's less combative. It's more about understanding and being, knowing that we're all part of source energy. We're all one. And I think a lot of forgiveness, and this is really wonderful time to let things go and start something new. It's really important, even if it's just like, doing research on the internet, or picking up a phone to find out some information. Start something, please. The universe is really supporting you, and it's a perfect time. So with that, no further ado, let's go to your cards. Sagittarius, hi, let's go to your cards. And the first card that comes up, darling, is the Ten of Swords. Now, normally this is like, you've taken on too much and you've got to delegate and drop some things, and there's so much going on. But in this deck, I'm laughing, though it's not funny. In this deck, look, you're lying on the ground and you've got all those swords in. This deck, it kind of alludes to the fact that you've been betrayed. Perhaps at work, people, are talking about you, they're betraying you. It's like the group kind of thing. So, of course, this is a general reading, but I have a feeling that this is, we're in this Piscean energy, right? And it's about releasing, it's about letting this go. But it's also kind of, it's time to move on, I think, from this. It's really not a pleasant place to be. So this could be, you see, look, what's interesting for me is there's the owl in the background, which is knowledge, right? The owl represents knowledge. So this is, you definitely know, oh my God, this is really a treacherous card. You definitely, but there's a flower in the forefront. I have a feeling that you've got to move on from this. Releasing this tends also mean the end of a cycle, right? So I have a feeling that if you release this, don't be resentful. I mean, look, sometimes when you've been betrayed, it's really hard to not be resentful, but all it does is it harms you. It's like, move on and remove yourself from these people. This is like being in a toxic environment, and you must move on from it. I think I'm getting work for a lot of you. Perhaps it's living arrangements for some of you. There's a group of toxic people around you that you need to remove yourself from. And once you do, this is the Six of Fire. This is triumphant celebration. You know, this is, listen, I have a feeling that if this is a job, you need to remove yourself from this because you're going to be in something much better. Sometimes, look, when we stay in a place where we're not completely and fully appreciated, then listen, that means that you don't completely and fully appreciate yourself. So it's about self-esteem. It's about moving on. This is the end of something. It's really, you're being told to move on, get out of there. Because look, darling, this is amazing. This is what's, you know, this is what can happen. This is like success, victory, good news, you know, public recognition. You know, that's what you get when you move out of that. And I have a feeling that this has been a very difficult time for you, wherever you've been around those toxic people. And it's coming to an end, darling. I don't think it's news for you. I think you already know this. I think you know you're over it. And the next card that comes up is the King of Water. The King of Cups, which is water, you know, emotional. This is an incredible leader, right? And this is like the ultimate counselor. He's a counselor. You can go to him with any trouble. He's just, he remains stoic because he's an incredible leader and he feels that his people needs his strength and needs to, you know, see a stern outside, but very empathetic and very compassionate, right? And deeply, deeply emotional. But he doesn't kind of show it. Oh, I'm sorry, I've just knocked you. So sometimes when this card comes up, it's saying, temper your emotions, right? Allow your emotions to come up. I'm getting that you have to show your love to people around you that look up to you. It's about showing your appreciation to them. It's about lending an ear to them, listening to them as opposed to them listening to you. This is about I would normally say seek counsel, but I have a feeling that you are going to be the counsel. That's what I'm getting from that. And this is the Page of Air, right? The Page of Air. This is about information coming to you, and sometimes it's delivered without tact, right? And it's hard to hear, right? But this kind of information is kind of the truth, and so you kind of need to hear it. So listen, if somebody tells you something that's like, you know, God, dare they say that? And that's, you know, instead of shooting the messenger, as they say, cutting that messenger down, just go, actually, remain stoic, right? Okay, yes, thank you for telling me. And, you know, have the breakdown in the back, right? But listen to that message because there's something in there that you need to hear. So remain open. Remain open to hearing it. You know, the way it's delivered isn't nice. It's abrasive. It hurts your feelings. It's sometimes embarrassing and humiliating, sometimes the way it's delivered. So, but put your ego aside and go, thank you, I'll take that into consideration. Withdraw, you know, feel your feelings, cry, whatever you have to do. But really take note of what was said. There's something in there that you need to hear. It is a message for you, even though it wasn't wrapped in pretty bows, you know. Now the next card that comes up is the King. You've got, oh darling, you've got two kings. And this is the King of Swords. He's like the champion for justice. He can rush in and he might judge someone very fast and cut them down, right? hold off on the judgment a bit. Think, this is always, I always say when he comes up, it's about thinking before you react, because this is kind of, impulsive, fast energy. Things are happening fast, right? But this is like, okay, take a minute before you, make a decision, before you say something, before you're judging someone. This is asking you to be really open-minded, because he is black or white, there's no gray area with the King of Swords. So perhaps it's about being in the gray area for a bit. It's about stepping back, and it's like saying, okay, let me quickly think on my feet here and be really focused. What is the right thing to do? This is also karmic, but clarifying it is the Eighth of Earth, which is a wonderful start, a lovely opportunity. Money's coming your way. This is like a wonderful new beginning. So perhaps, perhaps before you rush into this is a wonderful opportunity, but don't judge it, knock it down, or delete it almost, right? Think about this opportunity. Think about it. This is, oh wait, I just got this. Okay, so this is like an inflow of money. This is an inflow of money. This is kind of quickly, things are happening quickly. You're rushing in. So it's being thoughtful and responsible about what's coming in. And remember, it's like not being, don't spend frivolously. Do things for the right reason. Be responsible when this stuff comes in, and really think about it before you know what you're going to do with this success. So success is coming to you. Money's coming in, but don't, I want to say something inappropriate, but I'm not allowed to. So don't, let me just say, don't be frivolous. Just be thoughtful and mindful. Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.